Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak, sitting next to me is Mike Brenner. This is the NBA Odds Couple show for Tuesday, June 14th. We're going to recap Game 5. Mike Brenner, you thought you did hit the first quarter pick, right?
Yep, got the first quarter, but I find myself in the same position, capping a game like we did the last one that I thought for sure was going to go the other way, but I don't know who saw this coming. Pistol Pete.
My series bet is now still alive. My three-way hedge. If the Cavs win Game 6, it wins. If they lose Game 6, it loses. And they did open as a small favorite.
Yeah.
Draymond Green's going to be back.
Yeah.
So I mean, how much do you think that was just a matter of Draymond Green, or do you think what happened?
I don't know. I think it has to be. And again, I didn't see this coming. You got to own it when I lose, because I was all over Golden State for financial reasons. As far as team-wise, yeah, I do like Cleveland. I like LeBron. I'm one of the very few that like him. But I guess, when you fuck Pete with a man's pride, one way or the other, it's going to come back either and not affect you or affect you. And I think now you and I were wondering about those quotes we heard about. Yeah, we might as well get one and come back since we're coming back.
Were fake quotes?
I think it was. I think they were silently ready to do what they did, because I thought he quietly just whooped Steph Curry up and down that floor. That's my opinion. Klay Thompson, though, my hat's off. That's a warrior. I mean, and so was Steph Curry. But Steph Curry last night, he made him look like a boy from time to time. I'm not kidding you. And he just looked at him and just laughed. He did it on their floor. Now, can they turn around and go back and do it on Cleveland's floor? Draymond Green? I don't know. I was a little disappointed in the crowd last night. The second quarter, when it got out of hand real quick from the second quarter, that crowd, I never saw them trying to feed back into it. And the team never got back into it. Yeah. After 2 minutes in the second quarter, this game was out of hand. It was never even close from that point on.
I mean, the Cavs can beat Golden State on their home court even with Draymond Green in the lineup. So what do you think? Do you think that small favorite line is justified? I mean, what happened in Game 4 that where
Well, the stats, Pete, 33 for 54 is what James and Irving were. 82 points combined, 19 rebounds combined, 13 assists combined, 5 steals, 83 minutes, and both of them combined for 9 for 15 from three-point land with 4 blocks. That didn't happen in Game 4. This just happened on Golden State's floor. What they did was quietly go in and they whooped that ass. They really did. They just got in there. And I think that comes from, and again, people hate LeBron, this and that, but Steph Curry, I saw him do a little bit of whining, the same stuff that LeBron's accused of now and again, which he does. LeBron can whine from time to time. But I saw Curry get out of his comfort zone real quick and wasn't able to get back into it. Again, I'll say it. Klay Thompson, he's the only one that was great for that team last night. Nobody else showed up. Nobody else put up an effort that was worthy of even looking at going, great play, except for Sean Livingston, but they didn't feed him enough plays to let him get to the rim. So what happens now, Pete? This thing's got me so crazy.
Maybe Game 6 is just a coin flip. What you have is just two great teams are where it's just hard to predict.
Why wouldn't the same thing happen in Game 6? It just happened in Game 5.
Yeah, listen, you see this a lot with playoffs, both in the NBA, NHL, and in college, where the early rounds there can be great value, but later on, especially when you get to the finals, it's just you have elite teams by definition who are playing well, who are usually accurately valued by the market, and sometimes there's just not a whole lot of value to be found. It's just basically a coin flip. Sure. Who's going to really show up with maximum effort and execution on any given day. So maybe Game 6 is just a coin flip. Maybe there's no way of forecasting who's going to take it.
Very well said, Pete. And also, as you said, as playoffs go deeper, whether it's NHL, whatever, usually the lines adjust to that too. But that line yesterday obviously was out of whack. Something happened. And guess what? Two people that I respect in this industry, one of them's inside this building, said that there's a capper from SBR that just picks a few games here and there in the NBA. All right, he writes articles, was 4-0 so far in his picks through the playoffs, and he was all over Cleveland. And then Double J, Jamie James, has that connection at Bet 365. 10 minutes before tip-off, he said, mate, if you're on the first quarter, I think you're okay. Anything other than that, you better weigh off, you better hedge off, you better run like hell. He said Cavaliers, and he showed me the percentage, and guess what? And that's 3 times he's done that. So I don't know, Pete.
Maybe the other lesson is that the edge can really be seen more clearly closer to tip-off, as opposed to just being obvious, from the opening line.
Yep, and I have to get out of my stubborn ass self, because if I make a pick and somebody gives me that info, even though I listen and it grabs my attention, and guess what? It still comes true. I still don't act on it financially, so I'm going to try to change that. I got to do what you did. Get some balls and go for it, baby.
All right. Well, I'm hoping that the Cavs do at least get a win, if not a cover, in Game 6, because if that does happen, my series pick, which was a favorite, which
Yeah.
was a minus 140 favorite,
Sure.
will cash, which I'll be happy about. And I guess we'll just look into this a little bit more and come back on Thursday. No show tomorrow.
Yeah, no show tomorrow. But Pete, another quick thing.
Yeah.
You know that they out-rebounded the Cavaliers also.
Sure,
Golden
sure,
State
yeah.
did. So what can they do to change things? Does Draymond Green make that big of a difference? Now, if he's coming back on their home floor, I think the Draymond Green factor would play huge. The fact that he's coming on to Cleveland's floor, look out, tune into Thursday's show. We're going to have some interesting stuff.
Okay, sounds good, Mike.
Always on the go? Bet365 has one of the top mobile platforms in today's market. Sign up today and don't let your busy life keep you out of the game.